Getting hosed. Our expose into Chicago's broken water billing system is 3 years old. And getting hosed is double-pronged. Hundreds of thousands of Chicagoans are paying inflated usage guesstimates. And the city also has hundreds of thousands of water lines made of lead, feeding homes potentially dangerous water. Here's the double hosing. You can't get a water meter, a fair bill, until you get a non-lead line. And it's almost impossible. So it's like playing basketball 1-on-2. Imagine Daniel Wasserman taking on both Jordan and Pippen. Who's Daniel Wasserman?
Who can trust the Chicago Water Management Department?
Daniel Wasserman cannot. Neither could these people. We fixed every one of their inflated water bills. But a bill of health?
I'm still drinking lead water.
That's a different story.
So I was worried. And within a minute or so,
Daniel Wasserman first spoke to us last September. His water worry.
I've had 4 years of drinking lead and chromium water. My numbers were 24 on one drawing and 40 on another.
15 parts per billion of lead in water is the federal legal limit. So Mr. Wasserman's 24 parts and 40 parts is over and way over. His home is serviced by a lead service line, meaning the pipe that carries water to his house is made of lead.
We are establishing a lead service line replacement program. We're not kicking the can down the road anymore.
No more can kicking, said the mayor in May of 2021, talking about replacing lead service lines. Lightfoot promised to replace 600 by the end of 2021. Now that it's 2022, we decided to check. The city replaced 20. 20 replaced of 600 promised in 2021. That's a 3.3% fulfillment rate. At that rate, 20 a year, it will take some 19,000 years to fix. And that doesn't just mean more contaminated water, it means more big bad bills.
Water is life. Water is essential to everything that we do.
Anthena Gore works for utility watchdog Elevate, which analyzed Chicago's billing data. They found Chicago's poor pay nearly 10% of their income on water, more than double the EPA's ceiling.
We're one of the only major cities that does not have every single family and two-flat household metered.
Chicago has 180,000 unmetered accounts. Those are billed on guesstimates, not actual water usage. And these Chicagoans can't get meters until, you guessed it, they get rid of their lead service lines. In 2019, unmetered accounts paid $500 more a year than metered accounts.
The majority of the unmetered accounts are in Black, Latinx, and Asian American majority census tracts.
Their empirical data is completely at odds with the mayor's words.
We address systemic inequity.
So you asked me a question, do I think the mayor's on board? Absolutely.
Alderman Gilbert Villegas, once Mayor Lightfoot's floor leader on city council. He was once so honked off about one of our getting hosed victims, he tweeted that he was going to call hearings on the issue. Then, nothing. After we discovered an internal city email where the mayor's chief of staff emailed the mayor saying of Villegas' threat, I just called Gil.
The appearance is the mayor's chief of staff called you and shut you down.
It's not accurate.
Whatever happened to the hearings?
That's what I'm working on right now with the technology.
Alderman Villegas promised a complete system assessment to find billing flaws, etc. Promised an assessment would be done. It's done. So what's changed?
no.
For Mr. Wasserman,
Just bureaucracy and vague answers.
nothing. In July 2021, his bad water was retested. No results on that test for 9 months.
That's extremely irresponsible.
We pushed, and the city finally sent the results. 10 of 15 samples were again above the federal legal limit, the highest 2.8 times the amount. Though, once the faucet ran for 15 minutes, the water was legally drinkable. One of the city's suggestions, let the faucet run for more than 10 minutes before drinking.
Well, to me, there's no excuse for that.
Maybe there is no excuse, but there is a name.
I do feel like I'm getting hosed, yes.
So what about this big study commissioned by Alderman Villegas? It's here, 167 pages of legal paper. It cost you, the taxpayer, more than $1 million. Villegas told the CBS 2 investigators, quote, he hasn't read it. So what's been implemented? The city hasn't figured that out yet.